Hi everyone, Savannah here, and it is August 14th, 2020, Friday, 9 o'clock-ish in the morning, and I'm coming at you at my next knitting podcast update thingamabob, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, I shook the camera. It's, I wouldn't say it's been a morning, but it is still morning and I have a lot to show / share, and I guess I'm not fully prepared to film this video, even though I need to do it today because tomorrow is Saturday and I won't have the chance to do it then. Plus today is my son's first day of school. He's in kindergarten now, so he is at school for just half day today, and then next week will be full day, and my daughter will start on Monday as well. Our school is only doing kindergarten through second grade in person currently. Everybody else is remote learning, and then I'm not sure when 3rd through 5th will start, if they even will. I mean, there's still the chance that kindergarten through second grade could end up being, I'm sorry, we don't know if they could end up just, being remote learning as well. We don't know. So for right now, my son is at school, and then my daughter's in the living room playing video games, trying to keep herself entertained. It was cute this morning. We dropped off my son, and when we left him, instead of me crying, my daughter cried. She did not want to leave her brother at school. She's also a little bummed that she didn't get to start today too, so there's that. See, I'm tired. I'm sorry. So I'm tired, having to wake up early now. Earlier than normal. So let's get to it, huh? I'm going to show you my finishes first, just because they're finishes. I'll show you this one first. So I did get my Cardinia wrap finished before. I finished this actually quite a while ago, back in July. So it's super long. It's a lot. Like if I hold it up this way, it's probably close to 7 feet long. It comes to a point, and it's just one big long, sorry, I have so much stuff. A big long wrap to wrap around. Just give it a nice little, there we go. So yep, I got that finished. I just knocked it out because I was like, I am done with this thing. This needs to go into the finish pile. I don't know what I feel about it still, but it's done, so I don't really have to think about it anymore. The yarns they're from Spectacular Yarns. Everything will be linked down below. Everything that I talk about, I will try to link below, but this color, which is in all the lace bits, so each end and in the middle, that's called Inspired. This yellow is Ginkgo Gold, and then this one's called Tropical Twilight. They're all fingering weight. The pattern is called Cardinia Wrap by Ambah. I don't think there's an R in it. O'Brien. So I'll have that linked. I will be linking all the Ravelry links, but you should be able to Google if you can't use Ravelry. I have issues with Ravelry, as I mentioned before, but I can manage about 5 minutes at a time on the classic mode. I know that it still can get me if I'm there a little bit too long, but I found that I can manage 5 minutes. So what I do is I go in, quickly update my projects, and then I close it out. If I'm looking at a pattern, I will be on there, get it, put it at least in my cart, and then close it out. Oh my gosh. This is the worst. This is the worst podcast. I am so sorry for all the yawning. I would edit it out, but because I talk and I don't restart my sentences after I yawn, I can't really edit those out. I don't want to edit, honestly. That takes too much time. Okay, so yeah, that's just that is what it is. My next finish is a cardigan for my daughter. I started this and finished this in the month. I think it took me a total of 9 days actually to get this done. So this pattern is called The Secret Forest by the Velvet Acorn. The pattern comes for kids all the way up to adults. So I had originally planned to knit this for myself, and then I just never finished it. And then my daughter asked me to knit her a sweater after I finished this one, so I was kind of obligated to get it started. And it went so quick. So the yarn is, it's Brava Bulky by Knit Picks, in the Dove Heather colorway. I think that's what the gray is. I did it on size 11, US 11 needles, which I don't know what that is in millimeters. Sorry guys. And then I changed this. This is actually supposed to be like a 2-color color work design at the bottom, and I asked my daughter if she would like a rainbow stripe instead, and she said yes, very enthusiastically, and it made my life easier. We did have to order the colors, so that did put a damper in me finishing this. So I think I knit on it a total of 9 days, but it took a little bit longer just because we had to wait. So this one is, I put all the yarns away and did not mark them down, but they're all Brava Bulky. So it's acrylic yarn. There's a pink, the orange, yellow, green, blue, and the purple that we picked, we probably should have gone with the brighter purple. My daughter wanted pastel rainbow, but they didn't really have a pastel for these 3 colors. So, I mean, they didn't really have a pastel pink either. It was just this bright pink. So this is what she chose. My sizing, because my gauge is a little tight. I'm a tight knitter. I did the math to see what size I needed to knit for her, and then I really just kind of tweaked it after I picked that size. So I think we started with the size 11-12, and then I just went off measurements from her arm. Like, I made her try it on a million times, and then the first time I think I measured her arm wrong, because the armpit part drops down real low. So then I knit this too short, so I had to take out the cuff and add a couple more rows of gray before I put the cuff in. And then I just measured, like I said, I made her try it on a bunch of times, and then once it hit like right at her butt level, so we added 2 more rows and then put that. So now it goes right below her tush. It fits her just fine. And then I did the second sleeve to match the first one, and it's all good. Now she's not allowed to grow. But yeah, that went up real fast just because of being so like a bulky weight and using a bigger needle. It went really fast. She loves it. She loves it. So I'm grateful that she loves it. So those are my 2 finishes. Whips real quick. And I guess a new start. I started this cowl. It's been like calling to me, so I needed to start it. It's the Flying Solo by Espace Tricot. I just really like the look of it, so I wanted to start it. And then I was looking at my leftover yarn from my What the Fade shawl, and it looks like I had just enough to do the cowl. So I picked 3 colors. I did the blue and then the two like neutral browns. This will be the third color, my cinnamon spice. All of these are by Spectacular Yarns. This one is into the blue, out of the blue, I think. And then the brown is the sandstone, and it's marled together with the blue there. And then it'll be sandstone, and then it'll be marled with cinnamon spice, and then it'll be cinnamon spice by itself. All fingering weight. It's held double to do the marling there. I am shortening how many rounds to do just to make sure that I don't run out of yarn, but that's as far as I've gotten. And it's got this little split on either side, and yeah, I haven't really worked on this in a while because I've been working on other things, but it's there if I want it. It's all ribbing though, so that kind of, I wouldn't say it sucks, it's just ribbing is not fun. I don't enjoy it too much. So there's that. My other whip is my, let me get the pattern out. It is the All Together sweater by Locatelli. Looks like that. When I looked last month, it was still free, so it might still be free. And when I put everything down below, I will let you know if it's still free or not when I get the links. That's what I'm trying to say. So this was, I got a decent amount done. Sorry, I got the All Together words finished. It's a little hard to hold. It's hard to see. It's better when I actually try it on. It stretches out better. But you got your A, LL, and your TOGETHER. And then I started on the repeat of this one. So, it's on the back as well. I do have a little goof up in this yellow section, but hopefully it won't mess up. Like I accidentally just moved everything over by like one stitch. It doesn't mess up the entire pattern. It just, I'm hoping it doesn't, I don't think it should throw off everything else. So yeah. These yarns are from Knit Picks. You got the gray, which is Hawthorn. It's Knit Picks Hawthorn. It's the kettle dye. I forgot what the gray is called. I forgot. I don't have the tags with me. The yellow is also the Hawthorn kettle dye, but that's called Compass. And then the blue is a Knit Picks Stroll, and it's called Inverness. It's blue with little green specks in it. It's just really pretty. I don't know if you can see them. So that is that. I'm excited to get that one closer to done, but I'm having to take the needles and borrow them for a different project. Oops, sorry, kitty. Borrow them for a different project because I decided to join in on the Casapinka's the Sharon show mystery knit along. It's my first knit along, and my first mystery knit along, I should say. And I decided to do that. So I'm trying to keep up with the clues because today clue 2 dropped. So I barely started it today, but oh shoot, I'm in the middle of I can't even show you what I have because I'm in the middle of the round. So, but, so yes, I wasn't planning on joining this round, or I mean this mystery knit along, but seeing all my friends' color choices, it really, really called to me. And also, I have been itching to dye my own yarn. So I had ordered supplies, and it came in time for me to dye my own yarn for this mystery knit along, and it's worked out perfect. I will show you my dyed yarn in just a minute. I mean, I probably should just show you that first, right? Because you're gonna see it in this shawl. Yeah, I'll show you the yarn first, and then I will show you the shawl, and then I'll show you all the other yarns that I dyed. How about that? Does that work? That should work. Try to keep it consistent without being too back and forth, and then because then I'm gonna lose my train of thought and end up in rabbit holes. I don't want to do that. All right, so there's the first row of clue 2. All right, yarn. So the yarns I dyed for the Sharon show are these. So I used Dharma acid dyes to dye these. My yarn is a fingering. It's a 75, 25, 75 merino, 25 nylon fingering weight yarn that I purchased online. And then I got the Dharma acid dyes. And so this is, I don't think I did the best job starting out, but then after this one I got a little bit better. I did have to get some new supplies, so hopefully my next dye job will turn out even better. But this one's called Cabernet. This blue one is peacock blue. This one's golden poppy, and then my gray. This is actually toner black that I diluted a lot to get this gray. I would have preferred maybe a lighter gray, to be honest, but this is what I got, and so I'm using it. And this is what my clue number 1 looks like. It's difficult to show because, so this is what it looks like. You see how if I had a lighter gray, it probably would look a little bit better, especially with the blue, but it's not terrible, especially in person. But yeah, very dark and kind of nice for fall. I think these will work for fall. But there's that. That is what I'm working on. So I'll be working on this clue number 2 until it's finished, and then I'll switch my needles back over to my sweater and work on that for the week. That's kind of how I'm trying to juggle what I have right now, hopefully before I start anything new, because I've been wanting to start other sweaters. My first little dyeing experience, I don't know if I showed this in the last video or if this happened. I think this happened more recently, so I wouldn't have showed you, but I went to go dye some floss for cross stitch, and I had so much extra dye left over. So I had already had 2 plain skeins of yarn, and so I thought, hey, let's just dunk those in there. Let's just use them. Stop hoarding them and just use them. So the first one was this one. This is a stroll fingering that I just dipped. So it's a very tonal, like gray, black color. So this was just with Rit dye, and it worked well. It exhausted the dye just fine. And then the other one, this one's a bit more not so great. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. We'll see how it looks knitted up whenever I find anything, but it's a mix of green, and it was supposed to be orange, but it kind of turned brown because I put a little black in it because I wanted to darken it up. So it's not terrible, but then there's also bits in there that didn't get dye, so it's really light. Or there's even I want to say there's a white spot in here somewhere that no dye got. This is super soft though. It's also stroll. Yeah, stroll fingering. It was a bear. I'm sure it's fine. It's just different. But those were my 2 tries. with dyeing, and then I kind of got hooked, and that's what got me wanting to buy more bare yarn and stuff. And then I ended up watching a whole ton of Chemknits on YouTube, all of her dyeing videos, and I was just like, holy moly, there's all this stuff. So she dyed, let me grab this too, sorry. She dyes with a lot of food coloring, and so I went out and got this one. It's the Wilton Colorite, because she made some really beautiful colors with this. So I took one skein and I chopped it up into 10-gram minis, and I experimented. I kind of did the colors that I liked the most from her video, which was mixing them all with black, because there's a black in here, and then you mix all the colors with black. So with the 10-gram minis, I didn't think about measuring my water, so none of the colors had the exact same amount of water in them at first, and then see, I'm going crazy. So everything got 1 drop of a color and 1 drop of black, except for a couple other ones, because I had a little extra, so those ones got mixed with brown. And this is what I got. I'll show you. So this one right here, this is just 2 drops of black, and it's very beautiful. And that's just 2 drops of black. This one is 1 drop of brown and 1 drop of black. I really love it. I want to make like some full skeins of these colors, especially this one. This one's brown and brown, just 2 drops of brown. It's very like redwood color. And then this one is 1 drop of crimson and 1 drop of black. This one is 1 drop of orange and 1 drop of black. It's definitely different. And I put these all in jars, and then I solar dyed them, so they just went and sat on my deck and dyed that way. This one is 1 drop of pink and 1 drop of black. Look at that. It's a really pretty purple color. Pinky purple. What's next? This one's drop of blue and black. This is a really pretty blue. This one's my favorite, and this one's yellow and black. Look at that green. Oh, it's green with like a little bit of like orangey brown in it. It's a funky little twist I caught in there. I absolutely love it. So I gotta figure out how to do a full skein of that. And this is red and black. And then this one is yellow and brown. I like that one too. So that's a lot of fun to dye with this. I didn't want to waste my yarn and, you know, just do all the colors, but you just mix, you know, those, and you make these beautiful colors. I really like fall colors, but look at those. So I'll probably knit these into a little cowl or something, and then use the rest to go into my little scrap jar for a blanket. But I'm really excited about those. And they're so easy. Okay, so that's it for dyeing right now. I do plan to dye more at some point, just haven't gotten around to it. I want to say that is it right now for, I think that's it right now for knitting. I think that is it. I hope so. I'm trying to look around, see. I think so. Okay, so that's it, guys. Like I said, everything will be linked below. I appreciate you stopping by and watching my craziness videos, because I can't seem to just keep these nice and simple and as pretty as other people's knitting podcasts. They're so lovely and sweet and soft and all that other fun stuff. next month, hopefully I will have a different location type background because my basement is being finished and it is this close to being done. This close. So like I said, I'm hoping next time I'll have a nice, pretty background to look at, not this crazy mess that is right here and this and the doorways. And so thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next month. Bye.